Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the narcissist will hurt whomever they can. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So usually we are thinking of the narcissist as hurting us, and that's true. That's what the narcissist does. They did as much damage to us as they possibly could. They weaponized everything that we had, everything we possessed against ourselves, which included our time, money, empathy, love, energy, resources. Everything they could take from us, they tried to. But think about who the narcissist wants to really cause pain and damage to. It's whomever they can. So let's go back again in time when you were in the narcissistic relationship. You know what you were experiencing. Now you're experiencing gaslighting, the silent treatment, stonewalling, rage fits, financial abuse, mirroring, projection, the smear campaign, of course, the silent treatment. You experienced all this toxicity and so much more. Back then, you did not know what you know now. You weren't taught what narcissism was in school, so you didn't have the wisdom. You didn't have the tools to figure out that the person you were in the relationship with was a toxic person, maybe even a narcissist. But now you have the wisdom, or now you're acquiring it. When you were in that relationship back then, though, the narcissist was doing damage to you, but not just you. They were doing damage to your children, to your stepchildren, doing damage to your friend groups or your circle of friends, to your best friend, to your brothers and sisters, to your parents, to your colleagues, to the neighbors, to teachers, to people that you participated in hobby groups with, to people in your religious organizations, and on and on and on. Now, again, this starts with one person, and that one person is the narcissist, but they have the ability to inflict so much damage and to implement so much destruction in people's lives that it will never be able to be calculated properly. And why I say that is the damage that one narcissist does or did to you, you now know what that was. It took you a lot of time to not only heal, but to wrap your head around what narcissism was or is, and how it affected you for a period of time, which was the length of that relationship, and even afterwards when you were healing. But it wasn't just you. Think about post-relationship for a moment. Think about when you were trying to communicate with your family members, immediate family members that was. This may be when you knew what narcissism was, or maybe when you didn't. And these people were getting burnt out because when you were discarded, or if you had to end that relationship yourself, either way, you didn't know what you were up against, most likely. And then you got the light bulb moment, or you found that needle in a haystack and you figured out it was a narcissistic abusive relationship that you were a part of. And then you went to communicate with your immediate family members, and they were listening to, but they couldn't wrap their head around it. Only for two reasons, though. One, they didn't have the bandwidth and they couldn't be there for you because they couldn't understand what you were talking about. / they didn't know that that person you were in a relationship with was who they thought they were, but they can't see that because they only saw behind, they never saw behind the mask. Or two, those people are toxic themselves. Those are just the two ways to cut it. But having said that, that drove another wedge between you and your support system, you and your immediate family members. And that's just one micro example of how much damage one narcissist does in your life, or did in your life, or can do in another person's life. You see, we tend to think about ourselves and how that affected us, and that's what we should do. Because we now know, having been on the channel for years and years, at least that's my hope, you've been getting the wisdom for a few years, is that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, but that's not what you knew back then. And now you're understanding that not everyone is who they claim to be, not everyone is who they appear to be, and the narcissist is at the top of that list, but people are self-serving for the most part. They tend to care about themselves, and I understand that to a degree. But if you were in a narcissistic relationship, specifically if you don't know what narcissism is and or was, you're going to need help. You're going to need guidance. You're going to need tools. You're going to need wisdom. You're going to need to put yourself back together. Now, having said that, who does the narcissist want to create the most damage to, or who do they want to hurt the most? It's anybody they can get into a relationship with. And it's not even the direct people that they're in relationships with. It's people that you were in relationships with. All it takes is a smear campaign, or for the narcissist to drop one piece of a lie or one untruth in the ear of somebody. And if that person is willing to listen to what the narcissist said, well, that's how a rumor would start, like wildfire is what the expression used to be. But A rumor is what it was when you were a kid or a child. As an adult, there aren't rumors, they're smear campaigns. That's what these things are. Now, not every rumor is a smear campaign, but what does the narcissist do? They administer and want to destroy people's lives via the smear campaign, and that's only one tool that they use to abuse people. But think about what I'm sharing. If a lie is told enough times over and over and over again, does it become the truth, or does it get a little more light? Well, that's up for you to decide, but I can tell you this. The narcissist wants people to give their smear campaign words attention, and they want people to believe in them and the false narrative of the mask and the untruths that they were spreading. And this happens in the workplace, it happens in romantic relationships, it happens in friendships, it happens in colleagues, coworkers, organizations, in business. It happens, unfortunately, all over the globe every single day. And that's really a very difficult pill to swallow, but it's real. Now, having said that, think about your life. Think about who you were before you met the narcissist. You probably were a kind, loving, stable, healthy, empathetic, energetic person. You thought life was going great, and then I'm sure it was, but then lo and behold, you met the narcissist. Now, what did they do? They manipulated you, and they wore a mask, most likely, to get close to you and to seem like they were like-minded or assimilate themselves with you. And as soon as they got as close as they could to you, maybe that friendship turned into romance, or maybe it turned into, maybe you guys were roommates, or maybe it was a neighbor or something, but whatever it was, and it doesn't have to be romantic by any means, that's when the narcissist was studying you and figuring you out. And then one day when you were talking with that person who turned out to be the narcissist, something shifted, something changed, and you weren't being treated the same. Well, enter the devaluation stage. When that happens, now the narcissist has acquired as much information about you as they needed. Now they can start spreading lies and rumors about you. Smear campaign. But that goes on and on and on. You see, if there were people in your life that were gossipers, and I'm not saying the narcissist specifically, but I'm referring to gossipers, or people that just want to learn about other people's lives, busybodies, if you will. If you had people like that, they would love to hear any rumor about you. Unfortunately, it's true, because what do they want to do? They want to make themselves feel better about listening to the smear campaign or lies about you. Now, that person, the gossipers, that is, I'm not referring to the narcissist, I'm referring to the gossipers. See, these people don't have a life. Now, they could be a flying monkey, they could be a narcissist, they could be something else. I can't tell you, but for this video, I'm describing a gossip. A gossip is somebody who has nothing better to do with their time than to listen to other people's concerns, listen to other people's conversations, listen to what other people are saying to each other or about other people. And then these people spread rumors or lies, and they keep fanning the flames of the gossip or the smear campaign over and over and over again. Now, I'm discussing many things in this video, but I want to let you know that A, nobody is immune to the toxicity of the narcissist. B, nobody, and I mean nobody, it's still in communication with a narcissist is immune to receiving toxicity again. Third of all, even people that have never met the narcissist that you knew, that affected their life, whether you know it or not. And I can prove that right now. Let's say you were in a romantic relationship with the narcissist. Again, it doesn't have to be, but let's say it was. And let's say you were discarded. And let's say that you had to put yourself back together and heal. And let's say it took years. Now, I'm just illustrating something. This may or may not be you, who knows? But the point being is, now you, once you've healed and you've reached the pinnacle of indifference, etc., now you look at people in a different light. Everybody, your childhood friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your siblings, people you haven't met yet, people you will meet, your coworkers, you don't see them the same. And you have to use discernment now, because you've been in a narcissistic relationship and you've beaten something that you didn't even know what you're up against, which was the cycle. But now you're changed forever, because maybe you don't want to reach out to those high school friends. Maybe you don't want to reach out to those college buddies. Maybe you don't want to communicate with people from where you used to live in the past. And it's not that you don't want to talk to those people specifically, it's that you've moved on, you've elevated, and you don't want to keep talking about the high school days, the college days, or whatever you're thinking about. You see, you've changed. You've now entered, or you are about to enter, the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. That is a very, very special place to arrive at, and that is when you are at the pinnacle of indifference. Now, having said all these things, who does the narcissist go after? Who do they want to disrupt? Whose energy do they want to disrupt? Anybody's they can. Think about the children of the narcissist. These people had to be raised by the narcissist, allegedly. Now, the narcissist by no means is the parent of the year, and and they know it, but they're going to act like they are the parents of the year. But having said that, the children of the narcissist get sometimes more damage than even the spouse. But nobody is immune. Everyone is susceptible. And if you are under the thumb of the narcissist, then they will punish you for being you. That's why there's the scapegoat, and that's why there's a golden child, and that's why sometimes these people or these roles can be interchangeable. It depends on what the narcissist thinks. It depends on what you've done for the narcissist. Are you towing the line of the toxicity, or are you going against the grain? You see, if you don't do what the narcissist wants you to do, whether you were a child, spouse, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, neighbor, colleague, coworker, whomever, there will be a price to pay. Maybe it won't be today. Maybe it won't be tomorrow, but down the road, if you still stay in contact with these people, they will remember it and they will try to get you back, because the narcissist is petty, they're childish, they're hollow, they're shallow, they're bullies and they're cowards, and they keep score of things. Now, let's focus on keeping score for a moment. Do you keep score of who does what in a relationship? No, you don't. Did you when you were in a relationship with the narcissist? No, you didn't. Did the narcissist keep score of things in the relationship? Yes, they did. They kept score of every penny in that relationship that you spent or didn't, and how much money they had or didn't, and who took care of the kids, and who paid the bills, and who put gas in the car, and who bought the groceries, and who did this, and who's allowed to do that. They kept score all the time. Now you may say, who keeps score in a relationship? Well, the narcissist, because they don't just want to be. They don't have the ability to just be. They need disruption, they need chaos, they need confusion, they need to manipulate, they need to always be keeping score. And that's why everybody in the vicinity of the narcissist is a potential target. Again, like I shared, maybe it won't be today, maybe it'll be in a month or a year or so. That's why I strongly suggest to go no contact, to block these people, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? If you can't do that, well, utilize Gray Rock. I'm going to sway here for a moment. I'm going to give you a side note pro tip. One big concern for people trying to remove themselves from the narcissistic abusive cycle is they still feel that they're loyal. They should be loyal to the narcissist, or they should keep their word or honor their word, or they should inform the narcissist on what's going on. Well, think for a moment what the narcissist did to you and your life. They spun it upside down. It was topsy-turvy. It was a roller coaster of emotions, a cesspool of abuse, a deep end of destruction, and you were on the receiving end of all of that at the hands of whom? That's right, at the hands of the narcissist. So once you've identified that you are in or were in a narcissistic relationship, you don't have to do anything to help the narcissist. As a matter of fact, quite the opposite. Why would you want to help the narcissist? Now, I'm not suggesting go call them out or expose them or blow up their life. I'm not saying any of that. What we do on the channel, and I've done this my whole life, you take the high road, you do the right thing. You do the right thing even when no one's looking. But what I'm saying is the narcissist was never loyal to you. So understand what I'm talking about. If you're still feeling that you should be helping the narcissist despite the fact they keep on trying to take you down for the count, well, what's going to give? One of those two things is going to give. Either you're not going to have any more resources, or they're going to discard you, or they're going to keep you in the loop and keep on saying, I need help. Just give me a little more help. Just a little bit more. I'm changing. I just need one more month's rent. Just help me pay the car payment. Just allow me to stay a little bit longer, or just loan, whatever. This is why these people are sinking ships. This is why these people are ticking time bombs. This is why they will say whatever they want to get anything they can from anybody, because the narcissist is lazy and they're a coward and a bully. And yeah, I said that once before. I'm saying it again to emphasize this. You should not be listening to the words of the narcissist. You should not be sharing information with the narcissist. And you definitely should not be oversharing information with the narcissist. What you should be doing, if you haven't already, is really getting up the courage and the strength and the fortitude and the drive and determination to go no contact. Now, if you are working towards doing that, keep doing it. Realize that the narcissist can't improve. They can't change, they can't elevate, and they can't ascend. And they will hurt anybody. Not only you, but anybody around you if they can. If they have the ability to do it, they will do it. Now, the second thing I'll share with you is you need to understand that breaking away from the narcissist, it is something you're going to have to do. You're going to have to focus on yourself. You're going to have to read, meditate, journal, heal childhood wounds, see a therapist, watch videos. You're going to have to slow your life down and stay in that cocoon of boundaries and insulate yourself. And what will the narcissist be doing while you're healing? They will be looking to disrupt people's energy. And my hope is it's not yours, but at times it is. How many times when you were trying to break free from the narcissistic relationship, or even when you were in it, did the narcissist try to contact your immediate family members or your friends or your coworkers or neighbors or people in communities? They wanted to learn everything about you. They wanted to paint you in a corner so you had nowhere to go when they discarded you. Or they wanted to paint you in a corner so you had nowhere to go when they were trying to keep you trapped. This is what the narcissist wants to do. They want to isolate people. They're always looking for a target. And when they have a target lined up and their sights are set on that target, they will try their best to destroy that person's life. You already know what the cycle is. It's love bomb / euphoric stage, number 1. Part 2 is the devaluation stage. That's usually the longest part of the relationship. 3 is the ending, and 4, at times, there could be a Hoover. Now remember what time of year we're in. We're in the holiday season. This is when the holiday Hoover rears its ugly head. It's already begun. I'm sharing with you, maintain no contact. Don't do anything to help the narcissist out. Don't give them another chance. Don't give them another opportunity. Don't believe that if they're texting you or reaching out after a month, a year, 5 years, and they're saying, oh, happy whatever holiday, that they're actually mean that because they care about you. No, you need to think of how that relationship ended. You need to think about all the toxicity they administered to you and how other relationships they blew up in your life and what you had to do to put yourself back together. You see, the narcissist didn't care about you when you were in that relationship, and they definitely don't care about you now, and they certainly won't care about you any different during the holidays. The holiday Hoover is meant to wreck your period of time over the holidays. It's meant to have the narcissist living in your mind rent-free. It's meant to disrupt your holidays. It's meant to disrupt your vacation time. It's meant to disrupt your mindset. That's why you need to understand that you are the strong one. You are the courageous one. You are the empathetic one. You're the one with the beautiful, bright, shining light. The narcissist has nothing. There is nothing to these people. They need to steal things from other people, other unsuspecting people, and use and abuse them as long as they can. And once they get whatever they can, they will discard them. And that's why the narcissistic abusive cycle will go around and around and around, because the narcissist can't change. They will never, in 5 million years, ever change. They will never introspect and be accountable. The narcissist knows that they're toxic. They know that they keep people trapped. And that's what a Hoover is. That's why you should go no contact, etc. And you should not ever, ever be Hooverable. That's why you really need to not share information or overshare information. And you need to understand who your audience is as to who you're communicating with. You see, in this day and age, like I shared a couple days ago, there is a massive energy shift taking place. I can feel it. I've felt it for a few years. I believe maybe you are feeling it. I can't tell you. If you are, drop comments below. But the point is, positivity is now arriving. The empathy is now being looked at as a positive thing, as a good thing, something you've always known, but it was looked at as a weakness in the past. And toxicity is being exposed all over the planet. There's no room anymore for people laughing at someone else being made fun of. There's no room for somebody cracking jokes about someone who's not present. There's no room for making fun of somebody who perhaps has a disability or is down on their luck. But you see, that's just what the narcissist does. Because what makes the narcissist feel good about themselves, it's when other people aren't doing well or feeling well, or their health is taking a hit, or they have no more money, or they're hit hard times. This is why the narcissist disappears. This is why the narcissist won't give you closure. This is why once your resources have taken a hit, the narcissist already has the new supply lined up and groomed, and they're just ready to move into that person's environment. That's why the path is to get these people out of your life and realize that you are the beautiful, bright, shining light. And you need to understand that anybody, and I mean anybody, that doesn't have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle can fall prey to these predators. Anybody can. That's why once you heal, and you heal properly from the cycle, and you really, really become the educated empath, and you enter the third version of you, and you use your discernment, that's when you are in rarefied air. That's when you are in the third version of yourself. That is a place most people would like to get to. Few people do get there, but you are arriving there, or you have arrived there, because you continue to work on yourself. You continue to understand that you are the priority. You continue to understand that people your whole life have been attacking you. Whether it was a spiritual attack, it was people verbally attacking you, maybe even putting you down or making fun of you or not giving you an A on a test when you deserved it, things like that. See, because all these people, all the toxicity that you've experienced throughout your whole life, maybe it was your teachers, your classmates, your parents, your siblings, your romantic relationships, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, whoever these people were, they knew who you were before you knew who you were. Just like the narcissist. The minute the narcissist met you, If you have a high level of empathy, and I'm sure you do, they said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I just met this person and they can catapult me forward for a period of time in my life. And I'll take everything I can from them. And they're gonna think they just met the best relationship known to humankind. Well, no, not so fast. You see, the narcissist, it was advantage for them in the very beginning of that relationship. They had the advantage the whole time until you finally got the wisdom. And my guess and my speculation is you acquired the wisdom once you were discarded or once you had to end that relationship, although many people get the wisdom when they're still in the relationship looking to exit it. Point being is once you get the wisdom, the onus is now on you to insulate and protect yourself. Remember, nobody's gonna come knock on your door and save you. No one's gonna come knock on your door and say, hey, I know that you were with the narcissist. I wanna really improve your life and help you out. People can't wrap their head around it. That's why we are a special breed, those of us who have healed and those of us with a high level of empathy, because this is a double combination. It's a knockout punch for the narcissist, and they know it, because there's nothing more damaging to the narcissist than somebody having healed from the cycle, gone no contact, put themselves back together, and now doing everything that the narcissist never thought that they would be doing, which means reaching their potential, ascending and elevating higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars, and living their best life. The narcissist didn't want to see that. That's why they tried to capture your energy and extinguish it, but they couldn't. They couldn't do it with you, as they had done with so many people before you. That's why you really need to get the message that anybody is susceptible to the narcissist, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is immune. That's why each and every day you need to bring your A game. Each and every day you need to continue to get educated and empowered. You need to continue to become awakened and aware and understand how valuable and important and needed you are. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. And I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to highlight some things I already shared in the video earlier. Number one, if you haven't blocked a narcissist and you have the ability to do so, I strongly suggest you consider it. Number two, if you can't, utilize gray rock. But what does gray rock really mean? It means not only become dull and boring, but don't share information. If you just won the lottery, or if you just rolled into all this money, or you just got a new job, or you're thinking of getting a haircut, or you're thinking of moving, or you just bought something new for yourself for the holidays, you don't share any of that information. Because the narcissist is looking to gather information. It's what they do. They collect information and they store it in their tiny little pea brain. That's what they do. The third thing I'll share with you is realize that you've given the narcissist so many chances. So if right now you're looking to exit the relationship, or you're trying to break the ties, I get it. You need to cut the 4 ties: the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. And they will be broken if you continue on the path. But having said that, you don't owe the narcissist anything. If they're playing the victim card and telling you fake things like, you know, I love you, or I miss you, or thinking of you, or how are you doing? That's all out the window. That's all smoke and mirrors. Don't believe the mask of the narcissist. It's a mask for a reason, because they can't be authentic or genuine. The only thing the narcissist knows how to do is to administer or dish out punishment. And you already went for a round in the narcissistic abusive cycle. You're out now. Stay out. Go no contact. Drown these people out and begin to heal. I'm standing at the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, waiting for you. You're either there or you will arrive. Continue to focus on yourself. I'm sending you a huge virtual heart and hug from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I want to share one more thing. The weekend's coming up and it's a holiday in some locations. Please be on your A game. These people will pop up when you're vulnerable, when you're not paying attention, and when you're putting your guard down. So really insulate and protect yourself. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.